Hi everyone. So today we are going to discuss mass spectrometry. Uh, so we know spectroscopic methods, right? UV visible spectroscopic methods, IR, NMR, FTIR. So those all spectroscopic methods are used in the analysis of molecules while interacting with light. So means when a molecule is interacted with different kind of light radiation, so some changes occurring in the molecules. So those changes are detected and identified and represented as a spectrum. So those related to UV, IR, NMR and all those things, right? So here in the mass spectrometry, a molecule which is interacted with a electron with a high energy. So then whatever the changes which are occurring in the molecule can be detected and identified and represented as mass spectra. So here the organic, especially the organic molecules will be interacted with electrons with high kinetic energy, nothing but high um, high value of kinetic energy is nothing but high value of speed. So in mass spectrometry is concerned with the fragmentation of organic molecules which are in the vaporized state when bombarded with a high energy electron beam. Okay, so in this what is happening? So we are taking a organic molecule which is in vaporized position, and so that is bombarded with a electron beam which is having high energy or nothing but high kinetic energy, also with high speed. So that high speed of electron beam can be created through the magnetic field. So this electron impact made of mass spectrometry. Okay, so the result of bombardment of this process result as a positive cations of organic molecules. So all those positive cations are separated on the basis of their m by z values. So mass, m means mass, z is charge. So with that m by z ratio values, so all those ions are separated. So here just observe the structure of the diagram of mass spectrometer. So in this process we will be using a sample injector, a electron beam. So just observe here a sample injector and a electron beam. Okay, and here ion beam, so a magnetic field and detector, detection, amplification and recording. Okay, so these are the things can be used in mass spectrometer. So here initially we will take the sample, so means the organic molecule which is in vaporized position we will take here, and so that will be interacted with electrons which are having high speed through which is created through the magnetic field, and after that so because of interaction with the electron, so whatever the organic molecule can be fragmented in two different ions, so all those ions will pass from here. Okay, and then to the magnetic field. So then this detector slits will identify the different molecular ions which are formed from the fragmentation of molecular ion, and then that will be detected and amplified and can be recorded as a spectra. So based on their m by z values, so mass by charge values. So this is what is the process which is takes place in the mass spectrometer. Okay, so in this majorly, so you will be using the sample probe or sample container and electron beam, and then insulator, that is ion beam, after that a magnetic field, okay, and detector slits, amplification, and recorder. Okay, so these are the things are there. This is the process of analyzing organic molecules by using mass spectrometer. So then what is the process which is happening in mass spectrometry? So in this the initially, so what is happening, a organic molecule which is in vaporized position will be bombarded with a electron with a high speed. Okay, so then what is happening in the organic molecule is, so this electron, whatever the electron which we are bombarded to the organic molecule, so that will take another electron from the organic molecule, and two electrons are evolved from the process, and then resulting a radical cation. So as one bond consisting of two electrons, so what is happening here, one electron is evolved from the molecule. So what happened, so a molecule with a positive charge and one single electron would be there, so that is called as radical cation. So this radical cation is formed in the electron bombardment process. Okay, so now, so the basic thing here it is, we are taking the organic molecule in vaporized position, and which is resulting a radical cation. So thus radical cation is called as molecular ion or parent ion. So this is nothing but a radical cation, nothing but which is having a positive charge along with a single electron. So whatever the radical cation which is formed here, whatever the radical cation which is formed here will be undergoing further fragmentation. Okay, so that may be M1 dot plus M2 plus, or it may be M1 radical cation plus M2 a molecule, right. So after that this M1 radical cation will be converted into M3 plus a cation and M4 dot, and after that this M3 plus will be converted into M5 plus, okay, and M6 dot, and this M5 plus cation will further undergo fragmentation until to get a small cation. So this process continuously goes on. So means one big cation will undergoing for fragmentation and gives a small cation along with a radical, and then that cation will undergo for further fragmentation till to get a small cation. So this is what is the process which is taking place in the mass spectrometry. So this means fission of radical cation or conversion into ions is called as a molecular fragmentation. Right. So whatever the cations which are formed on the through the process of fragmentation, so all those cations are separated with their m by z values. So m means mass value, so that is m, mass number, and z is charge. So in most of the cases the charge value is +1, because all the molecules which are formed with cations which are formed in the fragmentation process are having +1 charge. So automatically the z value will be +1. So hence this m by z value corresponds to the mass number value of that particular cations. Right. Now here the mass spectra can be represented like this. So here the relative abundance can be taken as on y axis and m by z values on x axis, right. So here so these are the different m by z values, and here the relative abundance. So the relative abundance depends upon the stability of cations which are formed in the process of molecular fragmentation. So initially the highest m by z value would be corresponds to molecular ion, because it is the first cation which is formed in the process, hence automatically this will have high mass number. So after that after the fragmentation, after undergoing for fragmentation, what is happening, so it is losing some radicals, right. So means the mass is reduced, hence so as the fragmentation process goes on, the mass m by z value is decreasing, right? So this is the molecular ion, right? And then this is the first fragmented ion, this is the second fragmented ion, this is the third fragmented ion, this is the fourth fragmented ion, this is the fifth fragmented ion. So like this the fragmentation process takes place. So initially the highest m by z value would be molecular ion, after that first fragmented ion, second fragmented ion, third fragmented ion, this is molecular ion, first fragmented, second fragmented, third fragmented, fourth fragmented and fifth fragmented. So like this based on the number of ions which are formed in the fragmentation process, those peaks would be there in the mass spectra. So here the so this is a bar graph between the relative abundance and m by z values. So here out of all the fragmented ions, so one cation is having highest relative abundance, nothing but highest stability. So that cation peak is called as base peak. So this is one characteristic peak of a particular compound. Okay, that we will be discussing by looking at the examples that can be understand later, right? So here the highest stable carbocation or the highest stable cation is having the peak is very high. Okay, so based on this peak, based on the relative stability of other cations, the peaks would be there of other cations. Okay, so this is what is the representation of bar graph, nothing but a mass spectra, right? Yeah. So here then how the electron will be evolved. So because so when we are bombarded with a organic molecule with a high speed of electron, so that electron will be taking another electron, means so one electron will be evolving from the organic molecules. So then where does that electron has come from, right? So if we observe in the organic molecule, so the electron will be evolved from the homo orbitals. Okay, electron evaluation takes place from homo orbitals because aromatic compounds are having high electron density. So those 5 bonded electrons are there. So the one electron will be taking from the evolving from the pi bonded electron. So observe here. So this is the benzene. So one electron is removed from here, so that you got a positive charge, right? After that you will be getting this, and then 2 electrons have come out, right? So in all aromatic compounds, the pi bonded electron will be evolved. So this is the first thing. The next thing is in alkenes and alkynes. Of course, as we know, in alkenes and alkynes all are having 5 bonded electrons, hence automatically one pi bonded electron will be evolved. So just observe here ethylene, and you got one electron is removed, and then you got CH2 dot and CH2 plus. Okay, so means in aromatic compounds as well as in alkenes and alkynes, means which the compound organic molecules with double bonds. So the electron evaluation takes place from the double bonded carbons. One electron will be evolved from the double bond automatically. So one carbon will get radical and another carbon will get positive charge, right? So in the case of molecules with functional groups O and N, so that is nothing but alcohols and amines. So in the case of alcohols and amines, so these atoms are consisting of non-bonded electrons, right? So means on the oxygen there are 2 lone pairs are there, which are called non-bonding pair of electrons, and in the nitrogen one lone pair is there. So one non-bonding electron pair is there. So here as this kind of molecules are bombarded with electron, so one electron will be evolved from the non-bonding pair of electrons on oxygen as well as nitrogen. So if you observe in the case of alcohols, right, so that is ROH, right? So here it is bombarded with electron. So then what is happening here, one electron is on oxygen will be evolved, and there you got a positive charge on oxygen, and then 2 electrons are removed, right? So this is in the case of alcohols. So in the case of aldehydes and ketones also, right? So that is RC double bond OR or RC double bond OH, right? So when it is bombarded with electron, so again so the electron evaluation takes place from oxygen, so that you got C double bond O plus dot plus 2 electrons. Upon it is converted into RCO and RC plus dot and OR. Okay, so this is based on the resonance, right? So after that, in the case of amines, right? So here amines on the nitrogen also will be having one non-bonding pair of electron automatically. So the electron evaluation takes place from non-bonding pair of electron, and which is giving a molecular ion, that is R n dot plus H2. Okay, so this is what is the electron evaluation takes place in different molecules. So observe here, in the case of aromatic compounds and alkenes, pi bonded electron will be evolved, and in the case of oxygen and nitrogen, a non-bonding pair of electron is evolved. And in the case of alkanes, as we know, alkanes are having only all single bonds, nothing but sigma bonds. Automatically the electron evaluation takes place from sigma bonded electrons, right? So here observe here, just this is a ethane. So when it is bombarded with electron, so one electron will be evolved from the CH2 C bond H. Okay, so this is formed, okay, plus 2 electrons. So then this leads to CH3 CH2 plus H dot. Okay, so this is what is the process. So means here there is a bond breakage or bond cleavage takes place in between the carbon and hydrogen. So this is what is the electron evaluation in the case of alkanes. So means the electron evaluation process majorly depends upon the structure of organic molecule as well as the functional group which are there on the organic molecules, right? So now just observe here what are called fragmented ions or daughter ions. Okay, so here just observe here. Okay, sorry, yeah. So here when an organic molecule bombarded with electron, so that is forming a molecular ion, that is nothing but a radical cation plus 2 electrons, as we know, right? So that is forming a molecular ion and plus 2 electrons. So this molecular ion undergoing for fission, and then this forms a M1 plus dot means M1 radical cation plus M2 molecule, and this M1 plus dot radical cation further undergoing for fission, that is M3 plus M4 dot, and this undergoing for M5 plus and M6 dot. This process will goes on until we get a small cations which cannot be further undergoing for fragmentation, right? So this process is called fragmentation process, as we have already discussed, right? So this whatever the ions which are formed here, that is M1 plus dot, M3 plus and M5 plus, for example if goes M7 plus, so all these cations which are formed in the fragmentation process are called as daughter ions or fragmented ions. So we will be considering this molecular ion as well as all the fragmented ions M by Z values, and that can be represented as mass spectra. So as we have already discussed, right? So this is the relative abundance and M by Z values, and this is first highest M by Z value is molecular ion, then first fragmented ion, second fragmented ion, third fragmented ion, fourth fragmented ion, fifth fragmented ion, and goes on, right? So in this way we will represent the mass spectra of organic molecules based on their relative abundance. Relative abundance depends upon nothing but it depends upon the stability of the molecules. So means the carbocation which is having highest stability, that has highest relative abundance, so that peak is very high, so that is called base peak. So based on the stability of base peak, the other peaks are dependents. Okay, so other peaks, other carbocations peaks are relatively with the base peak. Okay, so this is what is the representation of mass spectra, right? Okay, so now the basic points in the case of mass spectra here is we will be bombarding with high speed of electron beam, right? So whatever the organic molecules that are taking in the process should be in the vaporized position, vaporized state. So this vaporized organic molecules are bombarded with electrons, and that will be undergoing for fragmentation and forms fragmented ions. So this fragmentation process majorly depends upon the functional groups, right? Okay, so means the first thing is nature of carbon skeleton, right? That is whether it is alkane, alkene, aromatic compounds, carbonyl compounds or amines. Next thing is the nature of functional group, means whether it is alcohols, ketones, amines, ethers or aromatic compounds or simple alkenes, alkynes, right? So here the fragmentation process majorly depends upon the two things. One is nature of carbon skeleton and second one is nature of functional group, right? So the first thing is fragmentation process in alkanes, right? So here in the case of alkanes we will be having two kind of things. One is simple alkanes, nothing but small chain alkanes like methane, ethane, propane, butane, pentane. These all are small chain alkanes or simple alkanes. Second thing is long chain alkanes. Long chain alkanes means hexane, heptane, octane, nonane or etc. and goes on, right? So which are having a large number of carbon, nothing but a long chain. And the third thing is branched chain alkanes. So means these are alkanes which are having different branches, methyl branch or ethyl branch, depends upon the structure of the molecule, right? So in the first thing is in the case of simple alkanes, okay, in the case of small chain alkanes, so what is happening here is, so when the simple alkanes or small chain alkanes are bombarded with electron, so that forms a radical cation, that is RH dot plus 2 electron, right? So here this is molecular ion. So this RH dot plus, that is radical cation, undergoing for fragmentation forms R plus H dot, right? So here the fission takes place in between the carbon and hydrogen. Okay, in the first fragmentation process the bond breakage takes place in between the carbon and hydrogen, so that hydrogen radical will be leaves from the carbon molecule, which gives a carbocation. So that carbocation will undergo for further fragmentation. So that process will be there based on the structure of alkane, right? So here the carbon hydrogen bond takes place and hydrogen radical will be removed, right? So in the case of long chain alkanes, which are consisting of large number of carbons. So for example observe here, okay, this is R, CH2, CH2, R. So here R is a alkyl group which is consisting of large number of carbons. So when this long chain alkanes are bombarded with electron, so this forms a radical cation, that is molecular ion, and 2 electrons will be evolved. And this, what is happening in this case here is, this radical cation undergoing for fragmentation and there is a bond breakage takes place in between the carbon and carbon. So carbon bond breaks. So what will happen here it is, right? So there is a formation of RCH2 dot, right? So RCH2 plus and RCH2 dot. So in that way, okay, so we will be having the fragmentation process, right? So here the bond breakage takes place in between the carbon and carbon, so that one long chain will get a positive charge and one small chain will get a radical. This is what is the process would be there. And the third thing is branched chain alkanes. So branched chain alkanes means which are consisting of a branches. So observe here, this is a simple branched chain alkane which is consisting of a branch of R, alkyl group. So in the case of branched chain alkanes, so when these are bombarded with electron, so there is a formation of molecular ion, and this now here wherever the branch is there, so that carbon which is attached with hydrogen, so that bond breakage takes place. So here the bond breakage takes place in between the branched carbon and hydrogen. So means here also C bond H breakage takes place, so that you got a H hydrogen radical and with a positive carbocation. Okay, so this is what is the process would be there in the case of branched chain alkanes. So observe here, this is one simple thing. So here CH3 molecule, okay, this is observe here, CH3 will be having a embedded value is 15 and CH3CH2 is 29 and CH3CH2CH2 propyl, that is 43, CH3CH2CH2CH2 butyl is 57, okay, and pentyl is 70, okay, and that depends upon the cation. Okay, so this is what is the process of fragmentation in alkanes. So in simple alkanes, carbon hydrogen bond breakage takes place and it forms hydrogen radical. Okay, and in the case of long chain alkanes, carbon carbon bond breakage takes place, and in the case of branched alkanes, C bond H. So means wherever the branch is there, so that carbon, the bond between the branched carbon as well as hydrogen takes place, then hydrogen radical is removed. So this is what is the fragmentation process in alkanes. So just observe here, we'll be observing a example of pentane, right? So here the pentane structure is CH3 CH2 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 CH3, that is nothing but C5H12. So when it is bombarded with electron, so then it forms a molecular ion, so that is C5H12 radical cation plus 2 electrons, okay, and then so whatever the radical cation which is formed in the process will undergoing for fragmentation. So as we know simple alkanes, so the bond breakage takes place in between the carbon and hydrogen. So now what will happen? So this forms CH3 CH2 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 plus and H dot. Okay, so this is a pentyl carbocation is formed with a hydrogen radical is removed. So that MZ value is 71. Okay, just calculate the mass of all the atoms which are there on the ion, and this pentyl radical cation further undergoing for fragmentation and it forms butyl carbocation, that is CH3 CH2 CH2 plus plus CH2 dot, means CH2 dot is removed, then it forms butyl carbocation, that MZ value is 57, and this undergoing for fragmentation and forms propyl carbocation, and which is undergoing further fragmentation, that is ethyl carbocation and then methyl carbocation. So this fragmentation process will be continued till to get a small carbocation, that is methyl carbocation. So here the first thing is molecular ion, that is nothing but pentyl radical cation, so that is molecular ion MZ value is 72, and then first fragmented cation is pentyl carbocation, that is MZ value is 71, and after that by losing CH2 dot it forms butyl carbocation, second fragmented cation, that is 57, okay, and next is propyl carbocation, that is 43, next is ethyl carbocation 29 and methyl carbocation, that is 15. So these are the MZ values of different fragmented ions which are formed in the fragmentation process of pentane. Okay, so based on this MZ values and relative stability of the molecular ions which are formed in the process will be represented as a bar graph. So that is nothing but a mass spectra, right? So here if you observe here, one molecular ion is there and then 5 fragmented ions are there. The first fragmented ion is this pentyl carbocation, second is butyl carbocation, third is propyl carbocation, fourth is ethyl carbocation, fifth is methyl carbocation, right? So out of all these the cation which is having highest stability will be having the highest peak. So that will be discussed while writing the mass spectra based on the stability of cations. Okay, this is what is the fragmentation process in simple alkanes. Right. So next is in the case of branched chain alkanes, just observe here. So this is 2-methyl butane. So right. So here this is 2-methyl butane. Directly I have written molecular ion. So that is CH3, CH, CH3, CH2, CH3 plus dot. Okay. And what is happening here? So there is as we have already discussed in the case of branched chain alkanes, the carbon hydrogen bond breakage takes place. So right here the carbon hydrogen bond breakage takes place. So now what will happen? So this will lead CH3, C plus, CH3, CH2, CH3. So a carbocation is formed. So by losing hydrogen radical. So this 2-methyl 2-methyl butyl carbocation further undergoing for fragmentation. So this CH3 will be removed as CH2 dot, and it forms a butyl carbocation, that is MZ value is 57, and after that by losing CH2 dot it forms a propyl carbocation, and then it is ethyl carbocation, then methyl carbocation. So this process is like simple alkanes that we have already discussed, right? So here, so what we have to understand here is, the basic thing here is the bond breakage takes place in between the carbon and hydrogen in the case of branched chain alkane. Right? So if there is no hydrogen is there, if it in the case of branches also, if another alkyl group or another methyl group is there, so then the methyl radical will be removed, and so that the branched carbon will get positive charge, and after that whatever the cation is formed will further undergoing for fragmentation. Right. So this is what is the process in the case of branched chain alkanes. Right. So the second one is fragmentation in cycloalkanes. So just observe here. So this is cycloalkane radical cation. Okay. Right. So what will happen? So the in the case of cycloalkanes radical cation, so as we observed, in the case of alkanes only sigma bonded electrons are there. The same thing here is also in the case of cycloalkanes. We have sigma bonded electrons, automatically sigma bond will break, and then one carbon will get positive charge and another one will get a radical, and what will happen? So this further undergoing fragmentation, and it forms a alkane radical cation and ethylene molecule. So this is what is the process of fragmentation in cycloalkanes. So in all the cycloalkanes we observe ethylene molecule will be removed, so that a alkane radical cation is formed, right? So the next third thing is fragmentation in alkenes, right? So as we have already discussed, in the case of alkenes 5 bonded electrons are there. So one electron will be evolved from the 5 bonded electrons. So observe here is in the case of alkenes 5 bonded electron will be evolved. So the point here it is, so the bond breakage means after evaluation of electron, okay. So this is molecular cation is formed, for example CH2 double bond CH, CH2R is a alkene, right? So the bond breakage takes place at a beta bond with respect to the double bond, means, so this is double bond, this is alpha carbon and this is beta carbon, means, so the beta bond will be breakage in the case of alkene. So this CH2R bond will break. So automatically what we will get here is CH2 double bond CH, CH2 plus, this is the resonance structure of this, plus R dot, means by losing alkyl radical it forms CH2 double bond CH, CH2 plus, means the basic point in the case of alkenes, the bond breakage takes place at beta carbon, means alpha beta carbon carbon bond will breaks and it forms a radical alkyl radical, and alkene carbocation is formed. So this is what is the process of fragmentation in alkenes, right? Next is fragmentation in cycloalkanes. cycloalkenes, as we know, right, cycloalkenes undergoing retro Diels-Alder fragmentation. Okay, so we know Diels-Alder reaction. So in the case of Diels-Alder reaction, a diene is reacted with a dienophile and it forms a cycloalkene, right. So this is the retro reaction of Diels-Alder reaction. So this is this cycloalkene undergoing for retro Diels-Alder reaction, and it forms a radical cation and ethylene. Okay, so a diene is considered converted into a positive radical cation and a ethylene molecule is formed. Okay, this is what is the fragmentation in cycloalkenes. Yeah. Next is fragmentation in aromatic compounds, right. So as we have already discussed, in the case of aromatic compounds, the electron evaluation takes place from the double bonded carbons, nothing but homo orbitals of double bonded carbons, right. So observe here in the benzene. So when benzene is bombarded with the electron, it forms a molecular ion, that is radical cation is formed plus 2 electrons. So this benzene radical cation M/Z value is 78. By losing hydrogen radical, it forms C6H5 plus. Okay, so this M/Z value is 77 because from 78 hydrogen is removed, hence 1 is removed, hence automatically it will become 77, and this C6H5 plus, by losing C2H2, it will be converted into C4H3 plus. So that M/Z value is 57. So this is the fragmentation process in benzene. So in all the aromatic compounds, nothing but whichever the aromatic compounds which are consisting benzene ring, the characteristic peak would be there at 51. So that is corresponds to C4H3 plus. So means in all the aromatic compound fragmentation, this C4H3 plus would be formed. Automatically one peak would be there in the mass spectra at 51, which corresponds to C4H3 plus. So this is we have to remember, and which is the important thing in the fragmentation process of aromatic compounds. Next is toluene, right. So toluene is alkyl benzene, nothing but a methyl benzene. So in the case of methyl benzene, so how the fragmentation process would be there. So this is a methyl radical cation, methyl benzene radical cation, right. So here by losing hydrogen radical, it forms benzyl carbocation. So this benzyl carbocation on resonance, it will be converted into tropylium cation, that is C7H7 plus, C7H7 plus. So this is highly stable carbocation, as we know, and this tropylium carbocation further upon fragmentation by losing C2H2, it forms C5H5 plus. Okay. This is one fragmentation in toluene. So there is another kind of fragmentation is also there in the case of toluene. By the second one is this. Okay, the second fragmentation is this. So in the case of toluene, by losing methyl radical, that is CH3 dot, it forms a C6H5 plus. So that is M/Z value corresponds to 77, right. And this further undergoing fragmentation by losing C2H2, it forms C4H3 plus. So as we know, in all aromatic compounds we will be observing that C4H3 plus. So in this toluene fragmentation, we have to remember the highly stable carbocation is a tropylium cation. So whenever there is a possibility of formation of tropylium carbocation, so then automatically it would be formed in the fragmentation of aromatic compounds, because it is highly stable carbocation which is formed in the aromatic compounds, right. The next one is fragmentation in hydroxy compounds. Okay, so in the case of hydroxy compound, nothing but the organic molecules with OH functional group. So there are alcohols or hydroxy compounds. So in the case of hydroxy compounds, the fission of carbon-carbon bond takes place which is adjacent to the oxygen. Means the carbon-carbon bond which is next to the oxygen will be cleavage, then it forms a radical as well as CH2OH plus. So just observe this example. So here are CH2OH, this is a alcohol, right? So the bond breakage takes place, then carbon-carbon bond will be breaked next to the oxygen, and then what will happen, this is forms RCH2 radical, okay, and then it forms CH2OH plus, okay. So this CH2OH plus upon resonance can be converted into CH2 double bond OH plus. So that is M by Z value is 31, and by losing hydrogen, that is H2, it forms CH triple bond O plus, that is 29, right. So this is what is the process in the case of hydroxy compounds. So this is the characteristic carbocation which is formed in the fragmentation of alcohols, that is CH2 double bond OH plus. The M by Z value is 31, okay. So in all alkenes, in all alcohols, so this CH2 double bond OH plus peak would be there, because this is the characteristic carbocation is formed in the fragmentation of hydroxy compounds, and also the M by Z value 29, that is C triple bond OH plus also would be there in the alcohols. So these two peaks, so 31 and 29, so these two are the characteristic peaks in the mass spectra of all hydroxy compounds. So whenever we are observing a mass spectra with the peak at 31 and 29, so we automatically we may have an idea that this spectra can be maybe a alcohol, which is corresponds to a alcohol. So that we can get a basic idea by observing the peaks at 31 and 29. So this 31 peak, that is CH2OH plus is a highly stable carbocation which is formed in the fragmentation of hydroxy compounds. Okay, just observe here the simple example, that is methyl alcohol, that is CH3OH. So when CH3OH is bombarded with electron, it forms radical cation, that is molecular ion. Directly I have written, right. So this radical cation, by losing OH dot, it will be converted into CH3 plus, right. But this process is very rare, and the major fragmentation would be this, right. So CH3OH plus dot, by losing hydrogen radical, it forms CH2 double bond OH plus, right. And upon fragmentation, by losing hydrogen H2, and it forms CH triple bond O plus, okay. So this would be the fragmentation of methyl alcohol, right. So these two are there in the case of methyl alcohol. Not only in methyl alcohol, in all alcohols. So these two are the characteristic carbocations which are formed in the fragmentation. The next one is in aromatic alcohols. So fragmentation process in aromatic alcohols, for example phenol. So when phenol is bombarded with a electron, then it forms a molecular ion. So that is phenol with a plus dot, that is radical cation, that is molecular ion. So by losing CO, so it forms C5H6. So by losing hydrogen radical, it forms C5H5 plus, so which corresponds to 65, right. So in the case of phenols lose CO in the first fragmentation process, that is nothing but M minus 28, means CO M value is 28. So M minus 28 corresponds to this molecule, and CHO. So it here CO and here H. So by losing CHO, it forms C5H5 plus, okay. That CHO will be MZ value is 29. So this is the fragmentation of aromatic alcohol, that is phenols, right. So it forms C5H5 plus.